If you were to give up your action role,
Yes.
which role would you go into?
I wouldn't give up any action roles, to
Okay.
be honest. You know, I think that for the longest time, people have this misconception of, oh, you know, I've been asked this question so many times, like, oh, would you do non-action?
Yeah.
Why? Why do non-action? Number one, I'm very proud of being an action, one of the action, I guess, what do you call it? Like,
Icon? Yeah.
yes, I would like to,
Yeah, it is. You are.
see myself that way. You know, I mean, at least I try to strive to be a representative of being an action actor, right?
Yeah.
Action movie is fun,
Right.
right?
Right.
Secondly, to able to make a good action movies, it takes everything non-action movie does and more. You still have to act. You have to act like any man. You know, you still have to cry. You still have to laugh. You still have to eat. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, all the elements that a non-action movie, a non-action role that requires in that role to play that role well, you still have to do it, right? But with an action role, it's even harder because just let me give you an example, right? Can you imagine playing the same role, same scenes, and for example, like you're laughing and then you cry and then you know then you get rage and you know whatever, right? Imagine you got to do all that, and you have to throw kicks
and
fight,
punches and
right? You get tired.
That's tough.
You know, after about a couple of NG and after takes, you know, you give up of your energy. You know, you cannot sustain that kind of concentration and performance.
Here's the thing. Have you had that call yet that almost every action star gets to tell him that he is a bona fide action star? Have you gotten that call yet? You know which call I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
That call from Sylvester Stallone to say, hey, come in the Expendables. Because when you're in the Expendables, you're an action star.
I think the world is changing.
Yeah.
It's no longer that misconception of Hollywood is the ultimate heaven of the actors or filmmakers to able to reach. The world getting so small that actually, to be honest, you know, a lot of Hollywood heavyweights is going to China right now. Recently, I went to Qingdao. You know, the Wanda group, Leonardo DiCaprio, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Nicole Kidman, John Travolta, all the head of Oscar, they came to China. You know why? Because the world's changing, right? If you make good films, if your economy is strong, if your industry has that potential, it's, you know, people would tend to, you draw those kind of the talents into that region. And I believe as a filmmaker, right, the most important is to make good movies. Of course, I'd be open to work with anybody, but it doesn't have to be Sylvester Stallone. It could be you, right? As long as if the project is what you want to do, it's a good project, and at the end of the day, making a good movie serving the audience.
How do you choose your movies?
Right now, I'm very fortunate and blessed because I have choices. Right, and I like to choose. Movies that I like to do and I'm happy to do.